And here we go. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And I'm happy that you're here too. So today brings us hashtag 4th Art Saturday. Our inspirational prompt was wired plus the color green. And I thought I would try my hand at one of them identity cards. Okay. Yeah, things were going good, and then kind of like in the middle of it, I all of a sudden got a migraine because, sometimes they can just all of a sudden happen. So I kind of just finished it up mostly. Anyways, so this is an open collaboration. You're welcome to join in. What you want to do is share your video or pictures as inspired by the prompt. Use the hashtag in your title and description. Please invite your viewers, friends, subscribers, all that kind of good stuff to play and join when you can. Interpret the prompts as you like. Keep it family friendly with no sales pitches, please. You can do a process or show and tell with or without talking. You can just do pictures. Okay. If you're doing a video, please tag and mention me with the @ APG Jamie in your description so that I will get notified of your video and I can watch it too. If you post to Instagram, tag or mention me @ artist poet girl and use the hashtag 4th Art Saturday, hashtag open collab. Okay. And just for curiosity, if you want to link up, we can do that. My videos are typically scheduled for 9 a.m. Central. So coming up for May 25, our inspirational prompt will be numbers plus the color blue. So I've got a paint chip and a piece of scrap cardstock. And we are gluing our paint chip onto the cardstock. I wasn't watching, so I think I may have already did the stenciling on it, or we're fixing the stencil on it. I think we already did. I try to keep these videos somewhat short-ish. Okay. This video is sped up a small amount, not overly much. And yeah, so we're going to make some faux diodes. We've done this before. It's been quite a while. Because it's wired. We need a piece of wire, y'all. Piece of wire. And I'm just using, it's like a quilling tool thingy. It's got a slot in it and you just roll your paper up on it. It's paper beads, whatever, y'all. And it's just a little tiny scrap that was been living on my desk for a long time because I'm like, I love it and I can't get rid of it. Okay. So I made one and I misfilmed, and by misfilmed, I thought I was recording, but I weren't. So I went ahead and made a second one. That's what we're doing here. Now, diodes are some kind of electronic car thing. I don't know. They boost energy or something. I don't know. I just think they're cool looking little things. And they typically have a number. It identifies whatever it identifies for the diodes. And I stamped that on there before I rolled it up with a teeny tiny die. There's a list of ingredients in the description below the video. And when I said teeny tiny die, I meant teeny tiny stamp. Not teeny tiny. Well, anyway. And I rolled it up. I put glue inside the tube because it's an open tube. Think paper bead. And put my wire in there. And now I'm adding some Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix. They're just to the open ends to help hold it in place. And because sometimes those diodes have like where the glass, I think it's glass, I don't know. It's kind of like melted in there. Okay. So we're using a photo booth picture because this is going to be an identity card identification. Okay. And I found that picture because I have, it's photo booth. I said that already? I don't know. Anyway, I have some that I've clipped apart because I've used different ones, and this feller was loose, and I thought, well, you're the perfect wired up dude that we're going to use. So I'm trimmed it down, and we're just going to round the little corners because, you know, sometimes I like rounded corners, and we are using a paint chip. I said that? Yes, I said that. Oh my gosh, I need more coffee. Anyway, I think we ink around stuff from time to time. And I hope you can play along because it's kind of fun. I kind of enjoy doing these things. Been doing Fourth Art Saturday for a few years. It used to be hosted by the Mary the Altier. And she decided she was going to turn loose of it. So I took over and made it into an open collaboration where there's no pressure. You can join if you want to or not if you don't want to, kind of thing. And here on the paint chip, I just have an emery board, you know, fingernail file, and I'm just sanding off a little bit, teeny tiny edge of it, and that paint is just coming right off of there, lickety split, and it just looks cool. And then I go over it. I think I use scorched timber because it's like my new favoriteest. Oh, it's for a brown. See, I'm using the black, but it doesn't show up that good. I think I go back over it with the scorched timber, but I could just be totally lying. I don't know. It's been a minute or 5 since I filmed it. Now this is an unbranded dye. Maybe it's got a name, maybe it doesn't. I can't decide. I'm trying to pick it up and I keep using the wrong side. It's just like a diddy dotty line, dot, 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 you know, diddy dotty line. And we'll put that on there. And we're putting it on there. We got ink. And I used a floral wire. I just said wire. You can use whatever kind of wire you want. And you can actually glue the paper around it if you want to try to make one of those diodes. It's just funny little weird things. Yeah, they're kind of 3-dimensional. So we're just stamping out the little ditty dotty lines. And it's probably not necessarily, look at me, got to dog my own work. Not necessarily the best identity card we've ever seen here on the YouTubes. Because, you know, there's a lots of them. But anyway, I've got a round stamp that's got the little ditty dot lines on there. I guess it could be used for a clock. I don't know, y'all. I just saw it somewhere at some craft store somewhere, and I thought that looks like it would be fun mark. So, yeah. And now I'm trying on my identity card stamp, or it says identification, excuse me. And the promo picture had a couple of different stamp sets, but I didn't use one of them. But I still listed it. Disclaimers all over town. Okay. So, whoops. My lid flippy floppied. And, well, anyway, I think this was maybe about the time the migraine started coming on. I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, getting out a script stamp. This one, I do have the label. See, I got the label with it. It was like a miracle, y'all. And you can't read anything on it. It's just a bunch of scribbly, scrobbly stuff. But I don't want to use the whole thing. I only want to use a little of it. So we're going to ink it up. I'm going to lay a piece of paper on there, so that I don't miss stamp, sorta. Some people, they make these identification cards, man, they get real fancy with it. They get real fancy with it. And yeah, I didn't get real fancy with it. Fancy enough. Like I said, I try to keep the videos a bit on the shorter side. Let's see, now what are we doing? think I may be looking for a signature stamp. I think I ended up naming this guy Samuel Harris, because that was the signature stamp we had. That I thought would fit pretty good. He makes the diodes. That's why his identification card is decorated with diodes. Okay. Now he's in department 34. So we want to make sure we put department on there. And since I put so much background noise on there, it's kind of hard to see if I stamped it in black. So I decided to stamp it in green, but really the best color, or red, I stamped it in red. Oh my gosh, really? Green would have probably been the better color because, you know, it's wired plus green, okay? Yeah. See? Department 34. There we go. I know, airspace. It's a thing. Other people use it to their advantage. So we're going to glue the photograph down. Now, you know, theoretically, technically, you could make these into a pocket. All right? Now, when I attached the diodes, that's when I thought, oh, I shouldn't have put the back on there yet. You know, the stenciled piece of cardstock that we had. But anyway, it can be used as a pocket itself, or not. Here's the signature. I wanted it across this photograph, but I wanted it sort of legible, sort of, you know. I don't want to go straight across his face. Yep. I'm like, we have this stamp. Put it up. Oh, we're going to use that stamp. Where are we going to put it? Oh, it's going on sideways because it's a registered identification. Bless my heart, y'all. Residual. Just saying. It's all good. Now, Champ is going to start dreaming in the other room. So sometimes he can be kind of a loud dreamer. Almost as loud as Molly snoring, but, you know. Anyway. So are we going to glue that down now? I think we are. We're going to glue that down. It is slightly sped up. Not overly, just slightly. And yeah, at this point, I'd already taken my migraine pill, and I'm like, I just want to get done with this. I just want to get done. I like it. It could be fancier. I don't know. Let's go ahead and put the diodes on there. I wanted to make them because I needed to use wire, y'all, because it's wired was one of our inspirational prompts, so I needed to use one. So anyway, I just used a pokey tool, poked a couple of holes in the top corners and the bottom corners, and now I'm trying to kind of thread my diode on there. And this is why it would have been better to put the back on later, but I wasn't, you know, totally clear-headed. But that's okay. I'm better now. As of this voiceover day, I'm mucho better. It was essentially just a one-day migraine, which is highly unusual for me to have one day. Just one. Anyways. So this one has a longer wire, so it was easier to get in there. And I'm bending it over, and I thought, well, let's just go ahead and line them up so that they kind of look the same. You know, the one on the top and now the one on the bottom. And I'm going to put some clear cellophane scotch tape on the back to cover up the little wire thing sticking out. Because if I use this for a pocket, I don't necessarily want stuff to get stuck on the little wires and pull them loose and stuff. And it is just floral wire, so it is pretty tiny stuff. And it's very soft and very malleable, meaning it's very bendable. And went ahead and grabbed a couple of ephemera labels. I think they're called number strips. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it's in the ingredients. precisely. I don't know. I thought, yep, that looks okay, and we're just going to haphazardly slap them on there, because this is basically a temporary identity card, because it even says that, a term of 30 days. My husband said it looked like a prison card. Oh, here's the flip-flop part. I don't know where he's ever seen a prison card, but, we've been to the prison museum, so they probably have them there. Love that stencil, my secret internet admirer, darling. Thank you. More again. So there we go. Ta-da! Photo montage. And that's the workroom he's assigned to make the little diode. See our number on our diode? It's so cool. We did not marker him up or paint him. He came that way with the little color on his shirt already, so we didn't have to do any of that. Some of them have colorizations on them, and some don't. See his name up there? He's assigned to room 220 for 30 days. Does sound like a prison sentence, though, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. I hope you can play along. Thanks for watching, and happy artin', y'all. Stay out of jail.